Jamarcus Fitzpatrick.
Jamarcus Fitzpatrick.
Jamarcus Fitzpatrick.
Jamarcus Fitzpatrick reports.
We are here at First Assembly of God here in Leesville. I'm going to take a step out of the shot so you can just look over my shoulder and see some of the wind and rain blowing.
Now, like the governor said, hospital numbers are dropping. I want you to take a look at this graph that we're going to put on the screen. During the last 6 days, we have seen a decrease, a spike, and another decrease.
With the state of Louisiana remaining in phase 2, have you had any conversations with the governor about potentially being able to try to phase up?
A family has lost their entire home. Now, I'm going to take a step out of the shot so you can see this tree that has fallen on top of their garage. And the governor also gave an update on the $300 unemployment checks. He says the state is already getting money from the federal government. We actually will be staying in this building. I'm standing in here right now, and if anybody needs shelter, you can obviously come here. Governor Edwards has a message for all of us. Don't expect the mask mandate to go away soon. He pointed out that we are still #1 in COVID-19 cases per capita. But if you can look down on the floor, you can see so many water puddles all over the place. Right here on the ground in front of us, you can see a little bit of debris from the ceiling coming down from the hurricane. Frontline workers, you'll get payments this week. Louisiana's Revenue Department says it's for your work during the first months of the pandemic. Guys, nothing can replace the 8 minutes and 46 seconds that took the life of George Floyd. But there have been multiple people paying homage to him in some kind of way. Thursday, I had the chance to witness one that's centered around education.
Man, I can't breathe my face.
We all heard those 3 heartbreaking words said by George Floyd.
I can't breathe.
And millions protested around the world because of it.
We will not be silent. We will not be silent.
The city of Natchitoches decided to honor Floyd in their own way on Thursday.
But he wanted to do something that would be just a little different and a little special.
Eddie Robinson III and George Floyd's family would partner to create the Eddie Robinson Legacy Fund. The $10,000 scholarship is to help Black men looking to pursue a career in education. It's also to honor 2 men who were known for having great character.
His speeches in our ceremonies were about the best of America, and that's where we're trying to get.
I could see him now just smiling ear to ear across the world basically right now. Of just the scholarship fund definitely means a lot.
Floyd played football at Yates High School in Houston, Texas. His talent would catch the eye of then Grambling head coach Eddie Robinson.
One thing about him, he loves sports. And one thing and the best thing about sports is it brings everybody together to win.
Robinson is known as a great coach.
That boy, you gonna be in trouble this evening. You got a good man in front of you.
He finished his career with 408 wins. He's also known for scouting great talent. He had seen something in Floyd that those around him already knew.
He loves sports, and I think for the community and everything that's going on in the country, I think it'll help, and it's definitely a great start.
Now, both men being honored may not physically be here, but with this moment, their names will forever be attached together.
I mean, I could just see him smiling. Honestly, I'm just smiling just because I'm looking at him smiling at me.
I believe it's a match made in heaven, and I look forward to continued initiatives between the Eddie Robinson Legacy Fund and the George Floyd Foundation.
Good evening. Louisiana continues to make progress. Governor Edwards says our positivity rate is 8.77%. It's back under the 10% target for the first time in a while. It comes as the number of hospital patients continue to drop. Edwards is pushing for universities to report on any positive cases from their campuses. And the governor also gave an update on the $300 unemployment checks. He says the state is already getting money from the federal government. He expects those checks to go out sometime next week. And despite the progress, a Baton Rouge study shows how many people may be infected but don't know it. The Ochsner study shows 60% of people in Baton Rouge were asymptomatic.
Well, Stephen, like you said, we are here at First Assembly of God here in Leesville. I'm going to take a step out of the shot so you can just look over my shoulder and see some of the wind and rain blowing out to the far left. We're standing underneath the pavilion, so you can't really see it, but wind is blowing and it is whistling like I have never heard before. So just like Rachel was talking about, there are some heavy wind gusts coming in from the Lake Charles area. And so there it goes right now. It's starting to whistle. Some whistling and heavy rains coming in. And we're right under here under the pavilion. But if we were to step out here right now, it would probably almost blow me away. And I'm close to 300 pounds, and it probably would blow me away. It's some strong gusts and wind blowing right now. So anybody that is in Vernon Parish, If you are out and about, you need to be in the house. We drove out earlier and we saw that not very many people were out on the roads. They have a 10 o'clock curfew. People seem to be following it. But if you are out there and if you are watching us, please get inside because it is not safe. We are right under here, under the pavilion, wind and rain blowing like crazy. And it's something that I've never seen before.